I'm having a crappy week this week. I've got some personal stuff that's going on that sort of threw my creative aspirations a curveball, and I've been struggling to try to get back in the groove of making content. I actually mentioned this on Twitter, and I was surprised how many creators I know that responded, and a lot of creators I didn't know responded as well, telling me about how they've had moments where they've gotten into a funk and they can't quite seem to focus and get the content out that they want to put out. So I wanted to take a second to talk about that today. Since I started my journey on YouTube, there's been a lot of things that have gone on in my life that at times have derailed me from trying to make the content that I want to make. I've had everything from child custody battles and friends and family battling addiction. I lost my mom to a battle with cancer right when my channel was really taking off. And she lived on the other coast, which meant I was flying back and forth from New England to California so that I could try to do everything I could for her while she was facing a really brutal disease. And it was just a time that it made it really hard to find focus and find the desire to want to get in front of a camera. I think as creators, sometimes we're just expected to always be on or present in a way that makes other people comfortable with what they're seeing. I think that's really hard for a lot of us when inside of our own hearts we might be struggling with things that are going on and we're not even comfortable being on camera. We're not comfortable with our situations. We're not comfortable talking about certain things. We're not comfortable trying to put on a face just so that we can be the happy YouTubers that people would prefer us to be. But I think it's important that we remember that what we do as creators is we create. So what I wanted to do was just set up a camera and get out of my office and just talk to anyone out there who might be facing some sort of similar problem in their life. If you've had a death in the family and lost someone you love, if you've had a tough relationship that may have not gone the way you wanted it to go, if you've got friends or family that you haven't seen in a while, they might be in a different region of the world and you miss them, or if you might be out working someplace that keeps you away from the very people you'd like to spend more time with. I think all of these things can impact us as creators. I think the journey to be a YouTube content creator is tricky enough, and it comes with its own lists of things that make the job hard to begin with. And when we have things go on in our personal life, I think it just makes it harder. But I think it's okay sometimes to just take a break and maybe step away from the camera and find something that can get your head straight again. I think mental health issues here on the platform stem from a lot of these things. Things that we're wrestling with internally, things that we can't really bring to our content. And what that does is it puts this additional pressure on us to try to get in front of a camera and do this thing that a lot of us do to make a living. One of the things that I found for making content on my own channel is I think most viewers respect authenticity. And I think it's okay sometimes to let people know that you might be struggling, whether that's in a video or if that's on a social media post or in a comment section somewhere talking to someone that maybe has a channel that you like and that you've been following. I think it's okay. I think it's all right to talk about it. I don't know if it solves every issue. I know a lot of these things typically get better over time, and some things are burdens we'll just carry with us the rest of our lives. But I think that the ability to open up about some of these things and not squash them down is something that's important for creators out there. So if you're one of those people that's been having a tough day, if you're someone who's had something happen that's just really taken you off your game, if you've lost someone in your life, if you've had a struggle in your family, if money has been a tight issue for you, if you've had a relationship fail, if there's been anything in your life that you've been dragging around like an anchor slowing you down from trying to do the very things you want to do, you're not alone. I think a lot of us are there, and I think a lot of us don't like to talk about it very often. So give yourself permission to take a break, or do whatever you need to do to try to get your head straight, because your audience will probably be there when you come back, and they'll probably understand. If there's something you've been wrestling with, feel free to drop it in the comments section below. Sometimes just talking about things that have been sitting in the back of your head is enough to start getting the healing process moving forward. I hope all of you out there are doing okay, and that creating content isn't something that becomes so problematic because of the things going on in your life that it doesn't make you want to be a creator anymore. I wish all of you nothing but the best of luck moving forward. Get out there, keep creating, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.